It's wonderful experiences here. Come on. Breaking my heart saying these are nightmares. Okay, so today we are starting on a unit which is where we'll be solving equations, right? What we have here is letters inside of equations, and letters are just numbers that we don't know the value of as of yet. Okay? So we are going to talk about how can you figure out the value of these letters. Right? Now, for example, especially at grade 8, where we're working with simple equations, you can look at this and tell me what the value of this letter must be. Because here we have what we have. We have negative 2 times something is 6. What must that value be?
-3?
Yeah, negative 3, right? To make it work. And when you do it in your head like that, that method's called solving by inspection. And how about over this way? We have something plus 5 must be 13. What's that something must be?
So, no.
No?
8.
8. Right?
So S is 8.
S is 8. Now, this is the hard part in grade 8. A lot of you guys are very clever. You can look at this right away. What's the value of x here?
-4.
Negative 4.
No.
It is stopped to use the inspection method. Right? It's very natural to use it, and I don't want to discourage not using it. However, some of you guys end up relying too much on it, and you don't realize the steps you have to do to get to the answer. Because next year, and later on this chapter, so this is the grade 9. I just finished up last week with my grade 9 students. These are the equations we're solving. Stuff like this. Right? So this will be a year from now. And you just can't look at the equation and come up with the answer. So you need to know how to do every single step. So in grade 8, we're just introducing what the steps are. So I'm going to step away from that and just focus on, yes, use the inspection method to check your answers. But go through the actual steps to come up with the answers. So how do we solve equations? Right? And the process is called by using opposite math operations. Right? So if we have adding, what's the opposite math operation? Subtraction, right? Good. Subtraction. If we have subtraction, what is the opposite?
Addition.
Addition. Okay? Addition. If we have multiplication, what is the opposite? Sorry?
Division.
Division. Okay. And if we have division, what is the opposite? Yeah. Okay. And that is the question that you're going to have to ask each time you'd want to move a number. And I'll talk about that. You're going to have to ask yourself, what is the opposite math I want to do? Okay, so let's go back to this question here. You know the answer is 8. I know the answer is 8. How do we calculate the answer is 8? So when we have an equation, there are two sides. And those sides are split at the equal sign. We have a left side and a right side split at the equal sign. Okay?
13 minus 5 equals 8.
Yeah. So now our goal is to move away all numbers on the same side of the letter. Okay? Here's the letter, so that 5's got to go away. Okay? And when we have an equation, what it means is the left side and the right side are of the same value. So if I want to get rid of this 5 here, it's right now it is adding 5 to the letter. What's the opposite of adding 5?
Subtracting.
Subtracting 5, right? So we got to go minus 5 here, right? To get rid of it. Now, if we want to keep equations in balance, if that was in balance, if we subtract 5 from this side, we also have to do the same thing to the other side to keep it in balance. So now what happens is 5 minus 5 is 0. These numbers cancel each other out, and you're just left with the s. Over here, you have 13 minus 5, which is 8. And you look at that, Mr. Dollywell, that took way too much effort because I can just see it from the beginning. Think about the question I just showed you in grade 9. You need to know these mini steps very well so you can do the questions later on. Okay? So that's why I want you to go through this process. Okay? Now let's look at this question here. We're going to split it at the equal sign. Okay? We're saying the left side is equal to the right side. We focus on the side of where the letter is. And we need to remove all the numbers there. So we have a plus -2 there that we need to get rid of. So it's all by x by itself. So what's the opposite of adding -2? Or just adding 2. Right? Plus 2. And this -2 and plus 2 makes 0. That's how those cancel out. If you add 2 to that side, 2 here. So these numbers cancel each other out. This -2 and positive 2 makes 0. And x is equal to what number? 22. 2 plus 20 is 22, yeah. And that is your answer. Okay, so you always got to think of what is the opposite math operation. Right? So let's look at this one here. And you told me already the answer is -4, but let's see how we calculate that. Okay, we look on the side of the letter. We have this 3. And you ask yourself the question, what is this 3 doing to the x? Arithmetic-wise, is it adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? Multiplying. What's the opposite of multiplying?
Dividing.
And that's how we get rid of it, by doing the opposite math. So it's multiplying, the opposite is dividing.
By 3?
Yeah, you divide by the same number. All right? Just like before, we're adding and subtracting by the same number. With multiplying and dividing, we do it by the same number. The reason being is, Morgan, if you go 3 divided by 3, what do we get?
0?
No, 1. So that disappears. So you're just left with just an x.
No, you'd get 1.
Well, you can have a 1x, but that's the same thing as saying x.
Oh, because it would be the same.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So just an x, right? Because those go away. And what do we have on the other side? What's 12 divided by, -12 divided by 3? -4. Right? And that is the math behind it. You can see it by looking at it, but when it gets harder, you need to be able to do this calculation, right, Henry? Easy peasy, right? All right. So, Henry, we're going to split this question at the equal sign. All right, so we're going to focus on the side with the letter. We got that 2 sitting there. What math operation is that 2 doing to the r? Is it adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing?
Dividing.
Dividing. What's the opposite of dividing?
Oh.
Yeah, multiplying. So to get rid of that 2, we have to multiply by the same number. Right? And we do the same thing to the other side. Multiply by -2. Remember, something touching a bracket means to multiply, right? So the reason why we did this is this 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that disappears. So we're just left with the r. And on the, what do you have on the other side?
How's that an R?
That's an r?
That's an L kind of
Sideways.
on the side.
Sideways.
It looks, if you look at it from the side, it looks like an angry face. What?
Yeah, no.
See, that's an angry face.
Where?
In front of his arm.
Oh my god, you're right.
What?
Okay, now it's an angry face.
That was
with
just a guy.
Another.
Yeah, now it's just a guy. I don't know.
Eating an angry face.
See,
Is
because
this
your
the-
equal sign is the smiley face. The
I
eyes.
don't know what's going on here. So what does it? What is the value of this sideways L?
I I lost my spot.
Sorry?
-5.
No.
Negative 20.
Negative 20. If we multiply it on this side, we have to multiply on this side. So you have negative 2 times 10 is negative 20. See, when you're going to replay this video when you're sleeping, you're going to be imagining that angry face R.
So it's just R equals 20?
Negative 20.
Negative.
Yeah.
Well, why are we writing it backwards?
Because the R was over on this side.
That's
So it just stayed on this side. Okay? It doesn't matter what side the R is on, right? Or the letter's on.
does for me.
I know most people like it on the left side. Okay. Now, using the operator triangle. Okay? So now we got a little bit higher numbers. Let's try some more. Mason. This question, A. We're going to split it at the equal sign. My question to you first, which number are we trying to get rid of? The 84 or the 12, Mason? Mason? Which number?
12.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one on the same side as the letter. Okay. How do we get rid of it? By doing the opposite. So what is the 12?
Dividing by 12.
Dividing by, right, yeah, excellent. 12 times D, the opposite of timesing, is dividing. Right? And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. So you divide by 12 on this side.
Who even created this? Like,
Yeah,
how
this
can you
is-
just like see this and be like, oh, this is what we should do?
Oh, you're learning.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
7. Is there like a Bible for math?
Oh.
Yeah, like actually.
There's a textbooks over there, right? That you can borrow one of those too.
I think
we're good.
All right.
Not me, Logan did.
Not textbook. We're talking about the very
Okay.
first textbook.
So you are welcome to use a calculator. 84 divided by 12,
7.
7.
9.
So your answer is D is equal to 7.
Oh,
Okay?
70.
Okay. I think you guys are getting this. Let's do this one. I'm not sure if we'll do all of these. Okay. We split it at the equal sign. We focus on the side of the letter. Rylan, which number are you trying to move away? The 6 or the 12?
Why are you asking everyone in front?
You trust them? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we focus on the side of the letter, Rylan. The letter's there. That's the number, right? 6. Okay, to get rid of the 6, we have to do the opposite math. What is the 6 doing to that? Is it adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? Maya.
You have to divide it.
Divide it. Thank you.
it equals minus 6, I think.
No, it doesn't. So the 6's disappear. We're left with the F.
Oh.
Right?
Well, I was,
12 divided by 6, negative 2. Okay. Morgan, you're up.
okay.
Okay, we split it at the equal sign. What number are we trying to get rid of? The 7 or the
7.
6? 7. How do we get rid of the 7?
Times it by 7.
Times it, because it's right now it's dividing. Remember, a fraction line just means to divide. Right? So we multiply by 7. Because the 7 on the top divided by a 7 on the bottom equals 1. You can put a little multiplying sign if you want. And whatever we do one side, we do to the other to keep it balanced.
7.
The 7's disappear.
42.
42. There we go.
Okay.
Oops.
Equals.
42. All right. Let's see. I think, let's just do this one box and we'll call it a day. All right. Okay. Now,
Where is that?
this one. Top of the next page.
Oh.
Wait, what is this? It's the same as, never mind.
That's it. That's not any different.
Oh, but I want to show you something different.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
We split it at the equal sign.
Uh-oh, both sides should have the same value.
Yes. How do we get rid of this 2?
Times it by 2, minus 2.
Yeah, we multiply by the exact same thing. This is a negative 2. So we multiply by negative 2 over here and here. The 2's disappear. What is our answer? 12. Okay. Now, good thing with this chapter is for like 95% of the stuff, you can check to see if your answer is right. Right? So to check to see if your answer is right, what you do is you start off with the side of the letter. That's what we have here. Then we came up with the answer that W is equal to negative 12. And where we see W, we're going to stick in the value which we found it to be. So this is going to be a negative 12 here and a 2. Now, if we do this calculation and it ends up equaling the other side, you know you did it right. So we go negative 12 divided by 2.
Oh yeah, we're just doing the equation.
Yep. Equals negative 6, which equals the other side. Therefore, you did it right.
Way too much.
Right?
Yeah, it's a little.
Well, I'm just introducing you this idea because when you get into grade 11 and grade 12, you can do very complicated expressions. And this is how you're going to prove that your answer is right, by comparing the left side to the right side. If they end up equaling the same thing, you know you did it right.
Why can't we just have?
Oh, sorry, 6.
Maybe like a yes or no.
Oh, oops. I don't, negative 2, positive 6. That's my mistake there. Yeah. Okay.